Hello, fourth graders. It's math video time. You're going to be watching the video today is for 4-2. We are going to keep moving ahead in Unit 4. I think that today you will continue to be pleasantly surprised that our topics and our practices are pretty, you guys know this stuff. So let's look at it. We're going to get ourselves ready so that when we're live and together today, you guys will have a good idea about the things I'm talking about. So this is in my Spiral Math notebook. Feel free to add it. You do not have to. What you do have to do is listen and take it in so that you're ready. And when I talk about it, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's what Mrs. Who was talking about. Okay, so 12-8, it's Tuesday. This is 4-2. One of the things that we're going to talk about and practice today are simply the equals and not equals. So I want you to know, obviously, the difference of what they look like. A line drawn through something means not. So this is an equal sign, this meaning not equal. So I'm going to add those words. Equal, not equal. Okay. I hope those are familiar for you. Those we've started since probably the first time you ever did math. Okay. These, I just wrote some examples so that we can see when we do equations, they have equal signs or not equal signs, or we could put that in. When we make the equation, we're going to have numbers and even some variables. We could have letters on either side of our equal sign. And there can be multiple numbers and multiple letters. So let's highlight the equal sign in these examples and the not equal sign in these examples and just look at them. 7 equals 5 plus 2. So sometimes the sum, the answer comes first. Sometimes we flip it, right? The commutative. We could say 5 plus 2 equals 7. We can also show just the sums. 7 equals 7. That's just the value, just the number itself. And then some examples using not equals. 3 is not equal to 4. 3 plus 2 is not equal to 4. 3 plus 2 is not equal to 1 plus 1 plus 4. So just some ways that we're using and plugging in our equal and not equal sign. Okay, so keep that in mind. Another term and thing that we're going to practice is inverse operations. So today, our lesson, we are mostly going to be dealing with plus and minus. So those are sums and differences. When we add, it's a sum. When we subtract, it's a difference. So I want you to know, as you do, I believe, that these two operations, they are the inverse of each other, right? They undo each other. If I add two numbers together, for example, five plus 6 equals 11, that's my sum. Now, if I'm using the same fact family, I can take my sum, subtract an add-in, and I can get the other add-in. So I could also say 11 minus 6 equals 5. Okay, so these are the inverse. So we can go one way with addition, the other way with subtraction, although it doesn't always have to be forwards and backwards. Okay, Sometimes when we're thinking about this, we also can think of that triangle. I may have my sum up at the top. And then down below, I'm not going to be able to fit it in there. I will have my other numbers, right? So sometimes it might look like that. That is so small, I'm sorry. The sum is 11, and I can go around. Maybe this way I'm going to go 11 minus 6 equals 5. Or if I start at my sum again, that's where I'll do subtraction. 11 minus 5 equals 6. If I start on an addend, I can get up to my sum. 6 plus 5 equals 11. And I can go the other way. 5 plus 6 equals 11. Okay? So just keep that word inverse in mind. Undoing each other. I kind of think of them as opposites, like multiplication and division. Those are inverse operations. They undo each other. Okay? All right. So the last thing that we're going to talk about today, and we'll be practicing when we're together live, is something called situation and solution equations. I've written a word problem. I'm going to read it for you and then describe the two different equations. Okay? Cassie has a marble collection of 467 marbles. Her dad gave her some more marbles. Now she has 524 marbles. How many marbles did she get from her dad? Okay, you all could read this and you all could make your equation to solve it. There are two different types of equations. Here's something called a situation equation. That means what's happening in this real life word problem. This is what the situation equation looks like. Cassie has 467 marbles. She got some more, so we're going to say plus M. I chose M as the variable for marbles. And whatever that M is from her dad, her new total equals 524. Okay, so this was the situation. She started with these, she added more, and now this is her total. Okay, and then there's something called a solution equation. And what we do there now is we have to solve for M. I have to solve for the marble she got from her dad. The way I could solve for M is I can say that M equals her now total 524 marbles minus 467, because that's what she started with. Whatever the difference is, that will be M. And that will be the solution to the marbles her dad gave her. Okay, so this is how I solve it. That's why it's called a solution equation. Not hard, just kind of different words. So just keep those words in mind. All right, that's it. That's all I've got for today. I'm looking forward to practicing math with you in just a little bit. Enjoy your morning.